I've been in high ticket sales space over the last 6 years, and during my last 2 years, I never had to look for a job or apply to any job offer because I was always getting so many referrals because of the network that I had built. So today, I'll explain to you how did I build a brand so strong that I started getting 2 to 3 new A+ offers every single week as an appointment setter, and how you can do it as well. So the first thing I want to discuss is why am I even making this video? Now, if you guys don't already know, we have a free school community and we host these, free Q&A sessions every single week. And during one of those Q&A sessions, I realized that a lot of people have no idea what networking is. Like, some of them have heard the term, but 99% of the reps have no idea how to build a massive magnetic network. And the ones that do try end up having a really shitty network that actually never converts into referrals. So I thought I'll be the bigger guy and I'll make a complete YouTube video breaking down step by step how I did it and how you can do it as well. Now, what's building a network? It's when you are well known within the space as a good setter or a closer to a point where other reps start recommending you to offers, hence removing the dependency on applying to offers. Now, the easiest way that I could explain this, when you have a solid network, you never struggle with getting an offer because you always get so many referrals. Now, how do we build a solid network? Now, you basically need 5 things. Number one, you need perception manipulation. Number two, you need social understanding. Number three, you need 10 for 1. Number four, you need low desperation. And number five, you need consistency. Now, as all of my videos, I would be telling you why do we need all these things and how can we achieve these things. So I'll break them down step by step. So towards the end of the video, you understand exactly how you can build a solid brand. Number one is, why do we need perception manipulation? Now, you have to realize that people judge you within the first 2 seconds of them seeing you. This is based off of what you wear, how you look, how you carry yourself, and what you post. As fair or unfair that might sound to some, that's the reality we're all a part of when it comes to high ticket sales or life in general. Hence, it's super important that you manipulate the perception that someone has of you the moment they see you or come across you. They should know that you're someone of high authority, someone that knows his stuff, and definitely one of the best ones within the space. So we almost have to manipulate the perception that someone else has of you. Now, the question becomes, how do we carry out perception manipulation? So for you to do this, you need 3 things. Number one, you need profile optimization. This is your cover picture, PFP, and your bio. Number two is association, which is the known people around you. Number three is specific theme to you and your brand. I'll break it down for you step by step so you understand exactly what I mean when I say profile optimization, association, and specific theme to you. Profile optimization cover must contain some number, experience, or a unique selling point. For example, if you see my bio, my cover, it says specifically, I help you make more money than 99% of closers as a DM setter / phone setter. So I help setters make a lot more money. That's my thing. That's my unique selling point. So you have to make sure that you have your unique selling point, you have your numbers up there, you have your experience up there. Number two, you need a good profile picture, and it must have some sort of a success symbol in it. We're talking a high-rise pool, we're talking high-rise buildings, we're talking really nice apartment, anything. For example, if you look at my profile picture, it's me playing pool on the 53rd floor of an apartment. I would say that's super successful. That's pretty cool, yeah? Number three is you need bio. Again, numbers and your unique selling point. My account got suspended, so I had to put it up there, but I'll probably change it and write something like, I make super boring YouTube videos that help setters make more money. Check out my YouTube. I think that's a super good, because my videos do tend to be boring, but they're super helpful, right? So you need to have a unique selling point in your numbers. Now, Eunice, what is a unique selling point? Now, a lot of you guys have experience outside of sales that you've kind of worked with. Some of you were teachers. Some of you were, in the banking industry. Some of you were, a policeman. Whatever you were, put it in there. That's your unique selling point. Now, that is profile optimization. Number two, association. This is where you associate yourself with people that other reps respect within your space. For example, this is me on a call with Sue, and I'm making a video on that. This is Sue. Sue is basically a business owner that's doing about $400K a month as a 19 or 20 years old. So that's association. And when you associate yourself with people that are making so much more money, or people that are really well known within the space, other people start respecting you as an A player because you're connected with other A players. So you got to make sure that you associate yourself with other reps by making sure that you're in the right place at the right time in terms of calls, communities, DMs, whatever. Do whatever it takes to associate yourself. Number three is specific theme. Now, if you notice, in all my YouTube videos nowadays, I typically have the color green. If you go and check my Facebook post, there's a really specific way in which I write my post. It almost feels like a story, something that no one else does in the space but me. And that's specific to me. That has built me an identity where if someone tries to make a post and it looks like mine, they would directly associate that post with me and my brand because it's specific to me. So maintain a specific theme in your content, and that's how you basically do what I call manipulation of the perception of the viewer. Now, number two is, why do we need to understand socials? Now, you got to understand that what works on Facebook doesn't work on Instagram, and what works on Instagram doesn't work on LinkedIn. The goal is to understand every single social media platform and then just choose one to go all in with that suits you the best. Now, in this video specifically, we would only be discussing Instagram and Facebook because I feel like those are the only two platforms that are dominating when it comes to building a network, or you being a sales rep, or you building a brand, right? So Instagram, you make 3 to 4 reels every single week, ideally to share wins or learning lessons. Now, every learning lesson or event that you should post should almost be like a carrot to the recruiter. Let's say you want to make a post about how you train your setting team for a day as a phone setter or a DM setter. What I wouldn't say is saying something like, I trained my setter team for a day and here's what I learned, because that makes you sound like a newbie. What I would rather say is, within 30 days of joining this new e-com offer, not only was I able to collect 70K, but I also was asked to help the older setters out on my team to understand more about how they can be more human when having conversation with clients. This is pure music to the recruiters, and that's what you gotta leverage. Number two, you need to post at least 4 to 5 closes or other wins on story, and then basically change them into highlights. So when a recruiter or a manager comes across your page, they can see all those things. Number four is, you need to have really good pictures and carousels to build authority. If you go on my phone is literally on the other side, or else I would have picked it up to show you what a good profile actually looks like. It's a bunch of carousels, something that shows success, something that shows a bit of personality, something that shows that you are someone that knows what he's doing or what she's doing. So you got to make sure that you do that, because if you do this, all the things I mentioned, people would automatically start reaching out to you and you wouldn't even have to network no more. Number two is Facebook. You make 3 to 4 text-based posts every single month and ensure that every post has a picture attached to it as social proof, because we have a lot of bullshitters on Facebook and on IG. So you got to make sure you have proof to basically make your statement more credible. Now, of course, there's only so much time in this one video. So what I do is I attach the entire video on how you can build a brand on Facebook if you want to go for text-based down in the bio, so you can check it out for yourself. But point being, if you're good at speaking and being in front of the camera, you go for IG. If you're good at writing and building mysterious authority, you go with Facebook. Why do we need 10 for 1? Now, a lot of setters have been taught to ask for job referrals. I think we collectively can agree that every single training we watch tells you one thing, which is, hey, when you connect with a rep, ask them for a job referral. But what you don't realize is it's too big of an ask. It's too massive of an ask just from the get-go. What ends up happening is when you make that ask, they end up ghosting you, or they just end up saying no. 10 for 1 focuses on making and asking for a little ask, such as, can you recommend me any free group that I can be a part of where I can find legit setting gigs? That's a much smaller of an ask, and this way, for every 10 asks you do of like, hey, do you know any group, you'd get access to 4 to 5 groups, which means that in those 4 to 5 groups you'd find 20 to 30 different offers. Much better than depending on one referral per one setter, because if you make a small ask, which is 10 for 1, you get 10 offers for one ask, which completely goes against what we've been taught, which is ask for one referral per setter. Hope that makes sense. How do we build it out? Number one is you add good setters every single day on IG and Facebook, but ensure they're the quality ones that are making money and crushing it. Number two, you interact. For at least 3 to 4 days, you focus on interacting with their posts, leaving thoughtful comments, and just having them notice you somehow, that you exist and you are friends with them on IG or Facebook. Number three, you reach out to them. You send them a voicemail, not a text. You send them a voicemail to show them that you are human regarding whatever they have posted. Plus, share your own remarks on it and appreciate the connection, which is, by the way, I also wanted to say that I really appreciate the connection on Facebook. Hope you crush it up. Number four is nurture. If they need help with something, you give them some free resources that you know of that they can maximize the use of it. But if they don't need help, then you just nurture them and talk with them every now and then. And finally, after 2 to 3 weeks of nurturing, you send them a text. Hey bro, hope you're doing good. I just wanted to touch base with you and ask if you know any good communities that you would recommend me that I could join, but I can find legit setting offers as I'm looking for one. That's it. The next point is to understand how and why do we need low desperation. Now, one thing that I always tell sellers is desperation is your worst enemy. The biggest mistake you can make is asking for a favor too quick or too late. And that's the issue with sellers in our space. They either make it too early or they make it too late. Now, you need to find the middle ground, which is typically between 2 to 3 weeks. But the rule of thumb here, though, is you network with the intention of asking a favor a year down the line, as that's the only way people would connect with you, knowing that you have no hidden agenda. And the more time you spend building a brand, the more you connect with people out of pure goodwill, out of just the excitement of connecting with another sales rep, the more connections you're gonna get. Because if you always connect and you always have a hidden agenda of asking for something, that's gonna hurt you in the long run. You gotta make sure you just connect with people for the sake of connecting. Why? Consistency. Building a solid network takes time, just like everything else. It's not easy to build your network to a point where you get 3 to 4 offers every single week. So ensure that you stay consistent for long enough where compounding effect comes into play. And most importantly, remember to become the best rep that you possibly can. Nothing would make this easier for you in terms of getting referrals from networks than others knowing and trusting your ability enough as a setter to comfortably recommend you business owner. You got to keep in mind, the only reason people recommended me so many offers on a day-to-day basis was because I was such a good setter back when I was not a coach and working as a setter full time. They knew that if they recommended me to a business owner, the business owner would thank them, and it's a lot of goodwill because I would always freaking crush the offer. So when people recommended me to offers, they knew it'll help them build a lot of goodwill with the business owner as I'd crush it. And that's the same mentality these reps should have towards you at one point once you've done an excellent job at building the brand. Now, exactly, I walked you down exactly what you need to build a good brand. I basically broke it down step by step for you and how you could do it for yourself. And I can assure you, if you give this enough time and you make it happen for yourself, you would be amazed by how many offers you can get on a day-to-day basis. And with that being said, I'll see you next week.